Good evening, and thank you for lending us your ears tonight. It's time for Mimi and Pico TV. Tonight, we're diving into something, well, you probably have it sitting in your pantry right now, honey, but we're looking at it through a really unexpected lens.
That's right. Our source material for this deep dive, it's quite an esoteric text. It's titled Hu Shou, which, translates to something like honey, Bioelectrical Intelligent Serum.
Bioelectrical Intelligent Serum. I mean, just hearing that, it opens up a whole different way of thinking, doesn't it? It's not just food, it's intelligent and bioelectrical. So our mission today really is to unpack why. Why does this source make such a profound claim about honey? What's it suggesting?
Okay, yeah, let's begin. So the source starts by arguing that honey isn't just, simple sugars. It sees honey as something encoded, with information. Natural data, it says, harvested from the sun, and the specific flowers the bees visited.
Information, hold on, like data from a flower. And how does it supposedly store information from sunlight? That sounds wild.
Well, the text brings up this idea it calls fractal biophoton encoding. The gist is that honey somehow captures and preserves sunlight frequencies, actual photons, light energy within its very stable molecular structure. And interestingly, it links this directly to the hexagonal shape.
The hexagon. Okay, yeah, that shape is everywhere in nature, isn't it? Does the source say the honeycomb itself, the structure, plays a part in this storage thing?
Absolutely, it definitely does. The source looks at the physical honeycomb, those perfect hexagons, and calls it a hexagonal harmonic memory storage. So it's describing the comb not just as a container, it's more like a resonant grid. This structure itself is apparently meant to store electromagnetic potential and promote harmonic balance, like a tiny natural battery for the light inside the honey.
Wow, okay, so you've got light energy in the honey and it's held within this structure that's also storing energy, like a complete package of natural information. But then what happens when we bring this package into our bodies? When we eat it, the source must talk about that transfer, right?
It does, yeah. This is where it gets into something the text calls scalar enzyme alchemy. It suggests the unique enzymes in raw honey have these properties that support what it calls mitochondrial bioresonance.
Mitochondria, those are the power generators in our cells, yeah?
Exactly, the little power plants. And according to this source, honey's enzymes, help these power plants hum or resonate at a better frequency. It improves cellular energy. So it's not just giving fuel, it's tuning the engine itself.
Tuning the engine. Okay, that makes it clear. I can picture that. So if you put these ideas together, the stored light, the special structure, the cell tuning, what does the source say is the overall effect? What's the purpose of honey for us then?
Well, connecting those dots, the source describes honey as a kind of portable frequency stabilizer, something you can eat that helps maybe align or stabilize your body's own energy field with these natural frequencies it holds.
A portable frequency stabilizer.
Ah.
Huh. And you mentioned another term earlier, didn't you? Liquid glyph. What's that about?
Yes, the liquid glyph. That's a really interesting concept too. The source suggests that honey, acting as this frequency package, it uses the body's fascial networks.
The connective tissue stuff that runs everywhere.
Exactly, that whole web. It uses that as a sort of communication system. The idea is that through the fascia, this encoded solar and floral info in the honey acts like a glyph, like a symbol. And this glyph helps reconnect our biological systems back to, a broader natural intelligence or maybe an energetic pattern field.
Wow. So connecting our insides through our tissues to these big natural patterns just by eating honey. That's a huge leap from just thinking of it as something sweet for tea.
It really is.
And the source isn't just making this up in a vacuum, is it? It offers this whole picture as an explanation for something real.
Precisely. The text proposes that this whole view honey as a bioelectrical intelligent serum, providing frequency stabilization, energetic connection, that this is why it was considered sacred in ancient times. Cultures all over the world seem to intuitively get that there was something special about honey. They used it in rituals, medicine. Not just because it tasted good, but maybe because they sensed this deeper energetic quality the source describes.
It definitely makes you look at that jar on the shelf a bit differently. What really stands out is how it reframes something so common, so mundane, as potentially quite extraordinary.
And maybe a final thought for you to ponder, drawn from this perspective, just consider how something as simple as honey, at least according to this one source, might be this incredibly complex key. A key connecting us to sunlight, to nature's deep patterns, and maybe even helping to regulate our own internal energy. It's provocative, isn't it? Could there be these unseen dimensions to the very food we eat?
See you next time on Mimi and Pico TV.